Then bad guy Enel shows up and takes over and is the new evil god. Then Luffy and the Straw Hats show up and defeat Enel and put good guy Gonfall back in charge, and everyone is happy. Just over and over we see this type of storyline, and it is usually pretty cut and dry. The original regime was good, the new one is bad, the heroes have to defeat the new one and reinstate the old one. So considering this is Oda's favorite storyline, just look at how the overarching D-Tribe and Celestial Dragons conflict that encompasses the entirety of One Piece fits this to a T. We were told that there was once a great kingdom that was defeated in a great war by allied forces, and then the new ruling powers, the Celestial Dragons, took over and created an evil world government that ruled the world with oppression for 800 years. And it seems like the whole story of One Piece is leading to Luffy and the Straw Hats in the modern day fulfilling the will of D that was passed down by the Ancient Kingdom by defeating the Celestial Dragons, which will bring the dawn and make the world a better place. So if so far the story is fairly unambiguously framed the D-Tribe and the Ancient Kingdom and Joy Boy as good, and the Celestial Dragons and Emu and the current rulers as bad, and if on top of that Oda's favorite narrative pattern is of a good regime being deposed by a bad regime that then needs to be defeated so that the will of the good regime can rise up again, then how can it make sense that maybe the allied kingdoms that took down the Ancient Kingdom were not morally all that bad? Well, it's not just Vegapunk who is unsure who was right or wrong in the Void Century conflict. We can even see that Lily, the leader of Alabasta, for some reason chose to fight on the allied kingdom's side against Joy Boy and the Ancient Kingdom. These factors mean that for some reason the Void Century War is not quite as cut and dry as, say, the story of Dressrosa or the story of Wano. It's also important to remember that just because the Celestial Dragons today are all evil, that does not necessarily mean that the 20 kings 900 years ago that fought against the Ancient Kingdom were all evil. The Celestial Dragons today are so evil specifically because they've spent centuries living in a bubble of extreme luxury. And one of the common themes in One Piece is that this type of upbringing in itself can turn one evil. We've seen, after all, that the modern Celestial Dragons who do get a harsh reality check about the truth of the world can still realize their flaws and change for the better. And in fact, one of the kindest characters in One Piece was a Celestial Dragon who actually got a proper upbringing. So the evils of the Celestial Dragons today more so reflects 800 years of being